If you're a content creator, you want the best audio possible. Hello, my name is Eric and I'm a content creator. Now the question is, how do you get the best audio out of your Maono WM820? Be it the A1 or the A2. Depends if you have one microphone or if you have two microphones. Now we have, of course, the microphone here, and we have the one that goes to your camera or whatnot right here. Now let's start with the camera itself. We have this cable labeled camera, and we can see we have two lines and two lines. That is stereo to stereo. Now we're going to connect the one end to the camera mic in, and the other end to our output. Now the headphone part itself is for monitoring the audio. Now here's a tip for getting the best audio with the camera you're using. And this will be recorded on my mobile phone. So if you want the best audio possible to a digital camera, we want to turn the audio record levels down, especially not hitting the red at all. We want to turn it down to the point where if we shout, we can hit the little red area at worst. And the more you turn this down, the cleaner your audio will be, because you get what's called hiss in your audio if it's too loud. So turning it to the point where, say, I can shout and reach higher levels, but maybe not necessarily the red, or the red if I really shout loud, is a good place to be to get the best audio experience with your digital camera. Now I'm going to clip on this microphone on purpose. I'm going to talk towards the mic. So if I talk really close and loud, I'm sure this doesn't sound good at all because I'm clipping. Now, one thing that does very much matter is your placement of your microphone. Now, if it's placed too close, your audio will become muffled, just like you're at the end when I said I'm clipping. Clipping means your audio levels are too high. Well, what else can we do to get better audio? Well, first of all, we keep the mic as close as possible. As long as we're not having problems with breathing noises or other silly sounds, we can just deal with the volume level right here, plus or minus. So just press this a bunch of times till we get to a lower audio level that will not clip. It's a good idea to experiment a bit so you can find that sweet spot. So we have several different steppings for audio level. So this way you can figure out where not clipping and get the best audio while keeping the microphone close by. Or simply find a solution. Maybe you're breathing into it. That's where the wind muff comes in. The wind muff, that'd be the fur muff, will stop the sound of breathing on your microphone when you're speaking. So if I find the sound of breath, breathing, or wind, this will protect the audio. So this is a nice little option for improving your audio without removing really any dynamic range. Here we have an example of a conventional setup. Just sitting right here. Audio's pretty decent, but it could be better. Now how do we do it? We be creative. Here I made a different type of setup that's going to work because this has a hot shoe. So I took advantage of a couple different adapters. So one that connects to my boom arm, another one that has a hot shoe on it, and then I added a little tiny hot shoe mount on here so I can just slide on the hot shoe and make myself a boomable mic. Now how is this going to work? Well, I'll show you right now. Now listen to how this audio sounds, me speaking right here. Now I'm going to move it over and listen to how it sounds after I move it. The audio you're hearing right now is simply mounted on a boom arm with me talking towards it. I bet this has much better audio than pretty much anything you ever heard, especially in its price range with how it's set up right now. And the only thing I'm doing is thinking outside the box, talking towards it with the fur muff on it to protect from breathing noises on the microphone. Now if I took this fur muff off, now we're going to get some breathing noises on that capsule because this protects those breathing noises from happening. Now when using a lavalier, the location will make a difference as well, just like the regular microphone. If I go too close, I might end up clipping, or maybe I'll do some nose breathing. And that, of course, can ruin your audio a bit. So you want to make sure just out of the area that you're breathing into. So this is not a fur muff. Now, there are ways around, say, talking in the wind, where if you don't want to get too much wind noise, where you can just tuck this in your shirt just ever so slightly, that if I were in the wind, it's just covered by my shirt, and that will greatly reduce wind noise. So when your microphone is clipped underneath your shirt, we still have one concern of movement of your fabric. You may choose to tape your microphone to you and add a little bit of looseness between the microphone and the shirt using, say, different techniques. Be it if you have, say, a piece of tape folded several times and over top the mic, so you're not going to get sliding of the material over the microphone like so. As a general rule, you want to face the camera no matter what mic you're using. You're not supposed to turn away, but of course you want to make sure at least you can lean back and forth and not cut out, because that's normal. You'll lean this way or maybe lean this way and you should have sound. Now for distance, normal use for camera, 25 feet should be good enough for most people, even 15 feet. And 25 feet is 7.5 meters. This microphone is rated for up to 50 meters. Of course, that's always, as far as I've ever seen, line of sight. Line of sight means this microphone is facing the receiver. My name is Eric, and I hope you enjoyed my tips on how to get the best audio out of your device. Have yourselves a most wonderful day. So how do you think the look of this microphone is?
Well, I think it looks amazing.
And mind you, we don't have the lavalier connected, by the way. It's just the microphone on the device itself. And do you prefer the black color or do you prefer a different color?
I kind of like black.
And why is that?
Because it just kind of blends in. Electronics are normally black, so that's what I'm used to.